Welcome into another edition of Sports Junkies. Time to talk some Bucks basketball. It is Gery Woelfel of the AC Journal Times.
10 seconds and you haven't imploded yet.
I'm Sparky Fifer from the Wendy's Big Show on Sports Radio 105.7 FM The Fan. You can catch us 2 to 6 weekdays, and we'll be at the Racine Automotive Group on Highway 20 on Friday, hanging out along with Robert Specialty Meats, cooking up a bunch of great food. If you've never had it, you got to check it out. They're out of Waukesha, and some corn in a cup, and looking forward to talking to Chuck and those guys at the Racine Automotive Group on Friday. All right, Gery Woelfel.
Okay, take a deep breath and
let's talk some Bucks basketball.
I'm trying to be therapeutic. I know you're ready to explode today on this show.
No, I'm not ready to explode.
I know you better. You're just like holding back.
No, because the other night on the postgame show, we talked about Jabari Parker.
Right.
Hasn't played in either of the back-to-back victories in the fourth quarter. You told us that had ice on his shoulder, sprained shoulder, been dealing with it from Summer League, right?
Right.
Okay, so there's no reason to be angry about that.
Was that unbelievable? I mean,
it seems like a long time.
And I saw him during training camp with this little patch on his shoulder, and some athletes are doing that. Right. You know, I forgot what it actually does for the muscle. And I thought, hey, it's not a big deal. You know, all of a sudden he comes out of the locker room the other night, and he's got this big package of ice on it. That's a big deal because, I mean, you just don't see guys walking around with their shoulders iced down.
Yep, I agree. So that, for me, I'm not upset about that. No big deal. Chris Middleton's not playing. You say his knee is sore according to teammates or whatever.
His knee is sore. So he's been looking for a new car.
Right. Well, yeah, because the car got stolen. But so that to me, that's not really a big deal either at this point.
Wow. I got to hear what you're
I'm not worried about that.
It's a big deal.
I don't have any problems, really, with how this team is playing right now.
Wait a second.
I don't.
You don't have a temperature.
No, because Jason
You're actually feeling okay?
Because Jason Kidd is doing a nice job coaching his basketball
We got to
team.
say this to you. This is probably the first time in like 10 years you didn't have anything bad to say about the Bucks.
No, Jason Kidd is doing a nice job coaching this basketball team at this point. I don't know.
Scott Skiles?
No, Jason Kidd.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know where Ersan Ilyasovas' head is at because he looks horrible.
He does look.
But you know what, though? Because this guy came up on the postgame show. They got to get Ersan on the starting lineup. They don't have any other options.
I agree.
He has to start at the 4 because Henson is not a compliment to Larry Sanders inside because they both are similar. So he can't go inside.
So what do you think?
Jabari,
how about him being a compliment to Zaza?
Henson and Zaza?
Sure. No, and just getting rid of Sanders instead of worrying about complimenting Sanders.
No, because Sanders is doing what Sanders needs to do, and that is defending the rim.
Shooting 35%?
Yeah, but we know he's not going to score.
But not 35. You know how many shots he's missed at the basket this season?
The last couple of games, he's not taking that many shots. Well, I mean, he's taken 3-4 shots a game, whatever.
I'll be kind. He's played very well defensively.
Yes, but that's all you want him out there to do is play well defensively. Offense, you know, you're the junk guy. You know, you just put stuff back in around the rim, dunk the basketball, whatever. Did you see the stat the Bucks threw out the other night prior to their last game? The Bucks led the NBA in dunks so far. And they call themselves Dunk City, Milwaukee. Yeah. Milwaukee. But
after 6 games, the Bucks are the leaders in dunks. I'm telling you, that's a good reason to go out and buy a ticket.
Yes, but see, that's just it. That is why people are going to go buy tickets. If they're in the top 10 on SportsCenter, if they see him on NBA TV, Giannis making some crazy dunk, that's how you're going to get casual fans back out to the BC.
I agree.
Because right now, fans aren't coming to see Jabari Parker right now. There's just not a lot of fans coming to see him because
and I'll tell you what. The Bucks are absolutely blowing this whole thing with Jabari Parker. They finally got a marquee player, but somebody they can sell to the public. I have not seen him in any television commercials. I've not seen him in any print advertisements. Have you heard of anything on the radio with him? Nothing. It's like he was a second-round pick. And they have this guy that is the All-American kid. Everybody likes him. He's got a great personality. And you don't hear anything about it. And more importantly, they don't play him.
But if he's hurt,
we don't know.
Well, he said he's hurt.
He said it hasn't affected his play. There's something going on. I mean, if Jason Kidd had Jason Kidd as a coach his rookie year, he wouldn't be going to the Hall of Fame. Sure. Dick Motta would have kept him on the bench.
1 year does not make a career. First of all.
No, it doesn't.
Second of all, Jabari Parker's minutes will go up as they go.
I'm not so sure about it.
It will happen.
This season, you think they'll take off?
His minutes will go up as we go.
This season, yes. I have some doubts.
This is how this is going to play. And I'll project the future for you a little bit.
Okay, Swami.
You're going to play your 11-guy rotations and maybe 12 guys or whatever they're going to play, okay?
Right.
And this is going to go through all of December. And about beginning the middle of January, he's going to shorten that rotation to probably 8 or 9 guys. Now, at that point, that's when the fan base is going to get really mad. Because unless John Henson figures out how to improve his game, he's going to be one of the guys watching.
Yeah, you know what? There's another bad rap. How can John Henson improve his game when he only plays 10 minutes a night?
Okay, do you know what's funny about this?
He can't get into any kind of rhythm at all out there.
We've gone through this with John Henson for the last 2 head coaches. At some point, you have to turn to John Henson and go, you're the problem. Because you can't tell me all 3 head coaches who don't know John Henson come in and go, okay, John, let's see what we got. And then by the time the season comes, Henson's not playing. There's something going on, and I don't know what it is. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you what it is. But something's up.
You're absolutely right about that.
That's 3 coaches.
If you're a player and you're being fairly productive on the court in the amount of time that you're playing, you should be rewarded for that. And instead...
Obviously, 3 coaches don't think he has been. 3 coaches now don't think he...
I'll give you some quick examples of Kidd as a coach already. And I think overall he's done a nice job.
I like Kidd.
Okay. He does not play Parker, as we noted, for the fourth quarter for 2 straight games.
I'll give you another...
Which I think is totally inexcusable.
No, because I'm fine with it. I'll tell you why. No. Number 1, you won both games. Number 2, the reason...
And you know what? And that's how Parker is dealing with this right now. We're winning.
Correct. And that's how he should be. Number 2, the other reason could be defensively. Maybe defensively is the reason why Kidd doesn't have him in there.
That's why you have Larry Sanders behind you, baby.
Okay, fine. But Gary, just understand something here. And we can all get mad about this. Jason Kidd's trying to win basketball games. That coaching staff is trying to win basketball games. As much as everybody wants another top 5
pick, what, though?
Me included.
And I understand where you're coming from, totally. But I think you can win games with Jabari Parker on the floor. I have no doubt about it. He's, in my mind, probably the 2nd, 3rd best player on that team. And Kidd's making him look like he's 8th or 9th.
But understand something.
Again, he's the number 2 in the pick.
Understand.
From a marketing standpoint, you got to take advantage of that.
I don't disagree with you on the marketing.
Right.
I totally 100% with you. They have not marketed him nowhere near the way they should. Mm-hmm. Agree 100%. But in end-of-game scenarios, if you're trying to win basketball games, which they are at this point, if Giannis, because that's really what's going on here, the guy who's taking Jabari's minutes has been Giannis the last 2 games.
They can play in tandem. If you have Parker on there, who cares? Let them play. They're wing players. They're interchangeable.
No, because what's happening is
you're playing
Giannis.
You know who you're playing? You're playing Jared Bayless and you're playing Chris Middleton.
Middleton's not playing.
He did the other night in the 4th quarter. He had Middleton on the floor in crunch time, which was to be fine. I mean, I don't have anything against Chris Middleton. But I think
he didn't play the whole first half of that game, and then came out and started the second half. Middleton.
Yeah, right. And then all of a sudden he just ends up playing the last couple minutes, and it's like, what is this about?
Right. But see, this is how I'm looking at it. If Giannis is hot, you keep him in there. Okay, I'm fine.
I agree.
Now the Jabari Parker thing is kind of like Giannis and Brandon Jennings, but they're a little bit different. Jennings never lost a starting job throughout his career in Milwaukee. He always was the starter. Giannis got put into the role and said, okay, you're going to start because you're our pick. We need some excitement and sell tickets. So give us a couple flash dunks, play 15, 20 minutes a night. Fine. Now, this year, Giannis, you're going to come off the bench and earn your way back into the lineup. And you're going to play against 2s, which I think was the exact right call.
Oh, absolutely.
Without question.
I'm totally on board with that decision. Totally.
Jabari Parker, you're in the starting lineup because you're the new hot thing in town. We want to sell tickets around you. But
he's good, too. That's the problem.
I agree. But in end-of-game scenarios, we're going to try to win basketball games at this point.
You got to expose them. No.
There's another thing that goes along with this. In college, you don't play nearly as many games as you do in the NBA.
Correct.
This could be Jason Kidd going, look, I'm not going to burn you out playing you 30, 35 minutes a night. Then come February, you hit the wall, and when I need you to be our big play guy in March after I trade O.J. Mayo, you're going to be, I can't move. I'm so sore from playing all year.
No. He's 19.
That's another angle.
Jabari could play basketball every day of his life. He loves the game that much.
Why do old people think that young people never get tired or sore?
I didn't say that, but he's capable of playing big minutes. Okay, let me throw you this idea. Okay, getting back to Jason Kidd being, if he had Jason Kidd as the head coach. Parker's minutes now are somewhere in the...
About 20.
20 to 25, okay? Right. What do you think Jason Kidd averaged when he was a rookie?
Jason Kidd was on, Jason Kidd probably averaged 34.
Right on the money. 34 minutes. Dick Monty didn't have any problems like Jason Kidd's going to get tired this season. Let them play. Let them learn. This is the time to do it. Let them get better.
He is Gery Woelfel of the Racine Journal-Times. I am Steve Sparky. Fifer, thanks for tuning in to another edition here of Sports Junkies. Don't forget, on Sunday, the Bucks play the Miami Heat. Pregame coverage starts at about 4:30. You want to catch that game on Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan. Sunday afternoon, Bucks Heat
How many points do you think LeBron James will get in that game?
0.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking.
How happy do you think Bosch and Wade kind
of are? I thought we were done.
How you brought it up. How happy do you think Bosch and Wade kind of are now that he's gone?
Oh, they're elated. Absolutely.
The ball moves better.
You know what I told Chris Bosch?
Everybody gets their shots again.
I told Chris Bosch this last year. I said, you are the most unselfish player I've ever seen in the history of basketball. He was a flat-out superstar in Toronto.
Star.
He had like 40. He had like a 42-point game against the Bucks and another 28-point game. He was basically unstoppable. And he goes to Miami and he goes, you know what? If we're going to win titles, I got to rein in my game, and he did. Yep. Great team play.
That's exactly right. Now, how far can Miami go? They're not going to probably go to the title game, but if they did, what kind of story would that be if they did?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
He's Gery Woelfel. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Sports Junkies right here at RacineSportsZone.com.
Are you sure we're done?
We're done.
Want to say anything else?